Good evening, Will and Annette. This is Steve, WQ6S, and I got new antenna, so I hope a few more people can hear me now. It'd be nice. Anyway, just been playing with the antenna. I won't bore everybody with my adventures. Back to AA6TD in the net.
Okay, yeah, you're peaking 10 over 9. That's the loudest I've ever heard you, Steve, so it's definitely working for you. So we'll have to find out sometime in more detail what you got and what you put up. Go ahead.
Sure, we'll do that anytime.
Oh, okay. That would be fascinating. Let's go to Gabe, KO6N. I was able to hear Steve right away. That's the first time I was able to hear him. So, it's just a little light turnout in my nation, mostly because everyone's walking the dog before the game show. So, connected to him. Okay, well, that's a good report to Steve. Let him know that his antenna has really tremendously improved your copy on him from nothing to at least Q5, it sounds like. Okay, let's see if Jenna is with us. WW0MAN. Is there any late missed or visitor check-ins? Call signs, please.
Okay, 6YYL.
Bingo. All right, we have 2 stations in there. Kim, go ahead, K6YYL.
All right, well, thank you. Hello, everybody. AA6DD, K6YYL. I just got back from a one-nighter camping with the hubby at Bolsa Chica State Beach. That was POTA. Had a good time and just got back a few hours ago. So it was a great time, nice and sunny, and all that good stuff.
What bands did you operate on?
I did a 6-meter as well. Only got was a WQ6S right here over there in Chino Hills, and I did work a lot of 10 meters today. And I got Sierra 01, was it Whiskey Sierra? It was Western Sahara. I think that's his call. But I got him. He was calling CQ. He got a ton of contacts, and he had a huge pileup. I knew I wasn't going to make the pileup until he started calling for 6 and 7 calls. So I was able to work him there. And I'd worked him many years ago. I think on 10 meters as well, but he is not on QRZ, so that won't get confirmed through there. Maybe one day I should get onto Logbook of the World or something, because maybe he logs there. But anyway, it was fun. It was a ton of fun. So go ahead and pass it over to somebody else. AA6DD, K6YYL.
Okay, very impressive contact there. Who is the other station checking in? Call signs, please. N7UFT. Yeah, N7UFT. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Will, and everybody. Just trying out, keep changing my antenna orientation. Are you hearing me on the monitor, or are you hearing me live? Over.
I'm hearing you direct to me.
And what am I, about a Q5, Q7?
Yeah, exactly. Let me look at the needle here. Dana, talk a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, N7UFT, good evening, everybody. Yeah, I continue to move my antenna around so I can try and get it working correctly. How's that, over?
Okay. Yeah, well, you can peak it on me. It'll peak, wherever it peaks on receive, it'll peak on transmit. So, yeah, you're literally Q5, S5. My noise level is running about an S3. So you're a couple of S units out of the noise, Dana. Sounding good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard Jenna, hi, and everybody. She is full quiet here, and I have a cone that's right over the top of everybody. But anyway, good evening to all, and thanks for doing the net. And I've been trying to chase the Bigfoot special station thing going on, but can't get my buddy pulled to tune. So I'm going to head back out there and see if it wanted to check in. So AA6DD in the group, N7UFT 73.
Okay, Dana, I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you've got the antenna. Yeah, rotate in all directions where you're at, because you may be shaded.
I may be the strongest off of a baldy bounce or something. So you never quite know. And it may change with thermal variations as well as which direction comes in the best. So you need to kind of peek it while I'm talking to other members of the net. So by the time you get it to me, I get to you, you'll be right on it each time. All right. Any other late miss or visitor check-ins? Call signs, please. Any comments or questions?
I have the numbers.
Oh, very good. Give me the numbers.
Okay, sunspot numbers 113, solar flux index 162, the A is 7, and the K is 2. And then Dana, this is me, Kim. Jenna, I didn't hear Jenna unless you heard Jenna, Will? I didn't hear Jenna.
No, I'm an idiot.
No worries. We sound a lot alike. I know we sound a lot alike. Somebody sent a audio file of Jenna and I doing Parks on the Air, and we sound very, very, very similar.
Yeah, you do. You guys could be sisters, haha.
Exactly. So, okay, good. I'll pass it back over to Will.
Yeah, Kim, that reminds me. You know, I've been looking into that the QT80 radio that Radio Diddy imports, which is the same thing as the Anytone 66666 Pro. And in fact, Don bought one and he wasn't happy with it, so he brought it over here, and I've been playing with it and figuring it out for him. And so I've been watching lots of videos on it, trying to understand how to program it and see what other people have measured and what serial numbers and what hardware and software it might have. And anyway, bottom line is, on one of them, the guy is, and it was about a month ago. I think this was recorded. It could have been longer ago than a month, but I think the one I was looking at was about a month old. Anyway, he puts it on. He puts it on the bench right out, taking it out of the box, plugs it into an antenna and power supply, and he tunes in right around 28,405, and it's you calling CQ POTA. And he sits on it there and keeps on describing the radio, and you're calling CQ POTA, and you hear various people coming back to you. And so all through the video, you're calling CQ POTA and working people on it. He was a 5. The guy who did the video was I think a 2x1 extra class 5 call. So anyway, you're there. You were sounding good through the Anytone. Go ahead.
That is hilarious. I'm laughing. Well, you'll have to let me know what the title of that video is so I can go check it out. That is hilarious. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah. I mean, you're blasting in. And I'm pretty sure he's either in Texas or Alabama. He's a 5, so he was hearing you on skip, but you were just pounding in. Okay, very good. Yeah, let me know what the video is titled if you can. That is so funny. Well, thanks for letting me know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought you'd find that humorous. At first, I thought, I said, is that Kim? It sounds like her, but he wasn't exactly tuned as he was tuning in. And finally got right on you. I thought, oh, yeah, that's, she's working POTA. And so anyway, you had an excellent style, and you were just raking them in one after another. So it's all right. With that, any other comments, questions? Late check-ins, relays, anything from anybody? Call signs, please.
AF6LEX.
There he is. LEX, go ahead.
Well, yeah, copy's a little light tonight. Just wanted to listen to the net and jump in and say hi there. And thanks
hear Bob out there. Very K6LEX, Garden Grove, a good signal. Good to hear you back on. We've been missing you big time. We hear you, Bob. We'll get you checked in. KG6TRR. We'll check you in, Bob. Go ahead. Okay, Bob. Any relay on that, Kim? She's gone. Anyway, Bob, I know it's you. I got you checked in, but the copy was zero copy on you, but I know it's you, and I got you checked in. Thanks for being there. Hopefully we have better conditions next weekend. With that, any other late miss visitor check-ins or relays, call signs, please.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it was Bob in Los Angeles. He was way under the noise, but I'm pretty sure it was him. Okay, thanks for listening there, Kim. With that, I'd like to thank everybody for participating. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next Sunday. AA6DD will be clearing the Southern California 6 and 10 meter single sideband net.
Okay, real quick. Just to let you know, I am doing the live stream real quick on the net here. So if you wanted to mention anything about any upcoming 6-meter opening or not, any 6-meter news real quick, because I am live streaming before I end the live stream. Anything notable you want to say?
Okay. Well, the Southern California 6 and 10 meter club, we have a T-hunt on the frequency of 50.300 twice a year. One is the first weekend in April, and the other is the first weekend in November. So this November, Saturday the 2nd, we will have our T-hunt starting right here at my house. Just look up AA6DD. Get here by about 9 o'clock in the morning, and the T-hunt will go to noon, sometimes a little beyond noon, and then we all have a nice meal at a local restaurant wherever the end of the T-hunt is. It's always a lot of fun, and like I say, it's only twice a year. If you need any help with the equipment that can be made available, especially DF loops for hunting, or if you just want to ride along, we can definitely find you a ride with somebody. So, and it's open, you can bring the whole family out. You can have kids and wife, and wives can have husbands that are not hams. Everybody's invited, right, Kim?
Oh, yes. And then also, do you, let's see, this is end of October-ish, well, middle end. What is your crystal ball say for this week's 10-meter opening propagation crystal ball prediction?
Oh, okay. Well, things will continue very nice on 10 meters. There'll be phenomenal days that are good into Europe, and then there'll be other days that just North America and South America will be coming in on transequatorial. But it'll be good every day, no matter what, really. Some days will be more disturbed than others, but 10 will just keep on cranking it on. In fact, it'll be more stable than some of the lower frequencies because it's high enough that solar storms don't affect it very much. So get out there and enjoy every moment of it, because it will go away when the sunspot cycle goes away in a couple of years. Right now, one of the ways you can monitor, at least all over North America for that matter, for Europe, is tune in 29.650 FM. 29.650. That is a European repeater that's slap dab in the middle of Europe. And anytime you hear that repeater coming through, you know that 10 meters is wide open to many areas of Europe. And that repeater has a lot of activity on it. So it's running all the time like a beacon practically. The European repeaters are on our odd numbers. The American repeaters are on even. So, for example, 29.620, 29.640, 29.660, 29.680. That is the American repeater output. Their inputs are all 100 kcs down. The European repeaters are on the odd numbers, 610, 630, 650, etc. So, and the 650 is, like I say, a very excellent repeater running lots of power, and obviously has an antenna way up in the air. So you'll hear that before I usually hear it before I hear any of the other European repeaters. So it's a very good monitoring to track that out. Also, something that you might do if you're up really early in the morning, and by early I mean 6 o'clock before the sun comes up, listen for 25 meg WWV. You hear it on backscatter off the equator early in the morning, and that will tell you also the earlier you hear it, the higher the MUF will rise. And so if you hear it as like 5 o'clock in the morning, it may mean that the MUF could rise all the way to 6 meters on F layer if you hear that on backscatter that early in the morning. So that's all my hints I have there. Kim, go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Will. AA6DD, K6YYL. Yeah, I love that 29650 repeater in the middle of Europe there. I'll have to definitely listen for that, and that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, and today, I mean, 10 meters was just booming in, amazing. I mean, it was just a pleasure. It was loud. I was sitting on 10 meters. I didn't have to spot myself anywhere, and I was just going hunting all over the place. I was able to work most every station that was POTA out, on 10 meters. It was amazing. I mean, New York, New Jersey, Florida, it was, and even England. I even got an England POTA station and a couple of Mexico POTA stations, and I'm trying to think who else I got. So it was just amazing. It was like was it shooting fish in a barrel kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, that's what, it's like I say, it's above the D layer, and once the MUF is really, really strong, when it moves all the way up to 10 meter real F layer, not scatter, not transequatorial backscatter, but real F layer, the signals are then 20, 30 over 9, and even if you're portable with a lousy antenna and a lousy location, things are still going to be S9, 10 over, 20 over. And yeah, everybody in North America will hear everybody in North America, single hop, and it'll pull in. You'll hear, the only things you won't tend to hear is like Oregon or Washington. If you hearing them, you're hearing either transequatorial backscatter, it'll be quite weak, or meteors or sporadic E. But other than that, the entire East Coast from Texas all the way to Maine can come boiling in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I did get, the England station, so that was pretty amazing. And I did get a couple Washingtons, so it was really all over the place. Okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, it can get that short, and it happens.
that it can be that good. And it's going to continue on that way, except we're really kind of coasting right now at the bottom of the up and down for the monthly cycle. So once we intend, we'll just be good. It's the right season. The solar flux is way up there. Every day is going to be good. Like I say, all through the winter and all through the spring. The only question is, when will we get some real blasting solar storms that'll shove it all the way to 6? We've already had that, Friday a couple of weeks ago now, where we had a big blowout and it shoved it all the way to 6. And even that one was not all that great compared to what we're going to see in November, when we'll get another massive blowout that'll be Earth effective and will blow the hinges off. And that might even give us an echo of a repeated, a super opening followed by a modest opening, and then followed by a minimum opening. I look forward for something like that to happen. We could even have a precursor to that. So you could actually have like 5 days in a row that something at least would come in. Go ahead.
Yeah, that day, was it the Friday before? That was pretty amazing. All those 6-meter openings and everything. So that was pretty awesome. And yeah, we need more of that. I was out here several days ago. I don't know if you heard me, but I was calling CQ over and over and over and over again, and then over and over and over again and more. So it takes calling CQ practically till you're blue in the face.
No, that's what you want to do, and that's wonderful. Even if some old cranky guy tells you to go to bed.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You said go to bed. It'll happen in the morning. I'm like, no, I got to do some more, Dad.
Yeah, QSL.
Okay, well, any other things that may be interesting? What are your thoughts on 15 meters? Because I really like 15 meters a lot as well.
Yeah, no, it will be fine. It's going to be good. It's going to be open, and in fact, it's going to be open early, very early in the morning, and very late in the evening. So you'll even have a bigger spread of time frame. Things won't be as loud as 10. The same thing when you go down to 20. 20 will go into the darkness better, but it won't be quite as loud as 15. And then 40 will remain a worldwide DX band late at night, of course, at nighttime through the sun goes down. And so will 80. 80 signals on the 80 will get stronger for worldwide DX at night. All this makes signals stronger even on all the bands, including 160 meters at night. So those bands will have the same time frame of openings. They're nighttime bands, but their overall signal strength will increase. Go ahead.
Excellent. AA60D, K6YYL. And then another off-topic, but amateur radio related, if you could mention a little more information about the Ultra Geek antenna you made for my POTA and portable operations, because I get asked that a lot, and I want it to come from you who made that.
Okay. Well, what it basically is a 5/8 over 5/8 vertical. The whip section is 135 inches, which is a 5/8 6-meter antenna. Then we coil up 54 inches of coil that's spaced apart. It has to be spaced, not close wound, but lots of space. If you get a half an inch spacing across 6 or 9 inches it doesn't matter the number of turns. You can have one big turn or a lot of little turns, but you got to get it spaced so it doesn't have any capacitance in it. And you feed it right there with the center conductor, and then you add counterpoises. And you add basically 17-foot counterpoises, at least one. And you can add other counterpoises to it as well. Then you use it in a tuner on all the bands. It looks like it has unity gain on 10 and 15 and 17, and then has basically a little loss, not much, but it shoots the energy down on the horizon. So the fact that it doesn't put it up in the air, that's what you want. So compared to a dipole way up in the air, theoretically, it has a little bit of loss on the horizon, but it has a very low angle, so it makes up for that. But once you get it up to 10 meters, it actually has a little gain, and on 6 it has 6 dBs of gain almost. So, and the feed point should be, was calibrated to Kim's shoulder, however many inches or feet that is off the ground.
That's funny. Okay, and then, so I'll just say what I've tuned it on, and then you can talk about this, AA60D, K6YYL, and I know you're probably getting tired, but I appreciate you talking about this over again, but while I've got the stream going, might as well. Okay, so I've tuned it on 6 meters, 10 meters, 12 meters, 15 meters, 17 meters, 20 meters, 40 meters, 60 meters, and 80 meters. So, I mean, my goodness, that is such a universal antenna. I mean, using a tuner and the counterpoise and everything. Somebody asked me if it would tune 160. I don't know. That may be a huge stretch. Go ahead.
Well, you stretched it all over the place. You came back and said, I want 40 meters. I said, well, stick a 35-foot counterpoise on there and tune it up. And that's what you use now. You have the 35-foot counterpoises and have been amazingly able to actually tune it on those other bands, which is phenomenal. No, you would have to add a longer counterpoise to ever get it to go to 160 meters. You would, here again, you would want something, oh my God, you would want like 200 feet of counterpoise or something. But, and then it would really radiate off the ground. It would be a ground radiator, which it already is at 80 meters, and 60 meters it pretty well radiates off the ground. Of course, if you can get the counterpoises off the ground, that will help. And you could string them along a fence or something if the fence is wood or plastic or something. So then it becomes a long wire that you're just feeding the end, basically. But anyway, always experiment with the antennas and push them to their limit like Kim has. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm using the MFJ Deluxe Versatuner 2, the model 969. That thing tunes up everything. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I got Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Alpha Romeo on 80 meters last night. So got him on 80 meters last night, so that was good. And he's in South Carolina, so that was a good stretch.
Oh, that is. Well, that's what I mean by signal strengths have gone up because of the sunspot cycle. You couldn't have done that. It's such a lossy antenna at the bottom of the cycle. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then speaking of counterpoises, then I might try, if you said I could, maybe this may, not work, but I could maybe make bare one of the counterpoise wires, because there is a park that we go to that has a chain link fence. I wonder if I could kind of, I don't know, maybe tape the counterpoise naked end of the wire to the chain link fence and use that for 160. What do you think, yay or nay?
Well, you always can. It's just as best. The trouble there is it goes down to the ground. But yeah, you can clip to that and try to clip make as many good connections to all the different pieces that you can. and hopefully the galvanized is still good, so it's conductive enough. But yeah, you can load up chain link fence. Usually, anyway. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, I might have to bring a little sandpaper to probably sand off some of the probably rusted on there. I can see me now doing that, though. I can. Just an ultra geek.
Oh yeah. Like you say, some little emery cloth or steel wool, and clean it off so you make a good connection, and that's what you want.
AA60D K6YYL. Okay, very good, very good. Or just add 200 feet of wire and try to get it off the ground. Okay. Very good, very good. Well, that Ultra Geek antenna is also on my YouTube channel, on a video here somewhere on my channel. So if anybody's interested, they could see what that antenna looks like when you delivered it and we were talking about it. And I think I named it something like great antenna for my Parks on the Air activations. And you'd given that to me before I'd started doing Parks on the Air, but I just had retitled it to that. But anyway, yeah, very good. Thank you so much, Will. And that's been a great antenna. And I've gotten so many amazing contacts on that. I did the Western Sahara on that one as well today too. So it's been a great antenna and a lot of fun. So, and we have it strapped on to the back of the RV ladder so it stands up taller, and so it's doing really good. So we're not using the stand that you had given me with it, but we're just putting it up higher even on the back of the RV. So I can't remember how tall it goes up above the RV, but maybe 15 feet above the RV top, I think. So anyway, it's a really good antenna. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Yeah, the higher you get it up, the better it's going to function and better it's going to work. Definitely. And then, like you say, vaporwave, add your extra 200 feet of wire, and even if you have to lace it along the top of the chain link fence, or barbed wire fence, or a plastic fence, or throw it over each hedge you can find. Who knows how many sleepwalkers you might catch with that.
Exactly. AA60D K6YL. Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I mean, it's been durable. I think we only had to resolder the connections for the counterpoises once, but it's just held up. I mean, as many times as that antenna has been deployed and then removed, and packed up to travel, I mean, it's really held up really well. It's the design you made was really great, Will.
Okay, glad to hear it. That's what you want. Yeah, that's amazing. It's lasted that long with, like you say, because you really, you've really, like you say, taken it down and put it up. Of course, it was all designed to put up in 10 minutes and take down in 5. Go ahead.
And it does. So I thank you so much, Will, for that. That's been just a great thing. And anything else? I got 2 watchers on the video here. Hi, Chris and Roger. And okay, so anything else? About 6 meters, 10 meters, something about 60 meters. Anything just to I don't know, educate anybody on anything. Go ahead, Will.
Okay, well, let your friends, especially any technician out there that's always on 2 meters and 440, that this is once in a lifetime. Sunspot peak hasn't been this good in 22 years, and they need to get on 10 meters and enjoy their privileges. You can, the best thing to buy is like a Yaesu FT891, or the new Yaesu or an ICOM 7300, or the Yaesu 710. And if you can't get to that kind of price range, then, you know, a Zygu G90, if you can't get to that price range, then you might look at the Radio Oddity QT80, which, you know, is, I think you can get it for about $275 or something in that range. And Radio Oddity does warranty it, so get them on, or they, you know, nobody educates them and tells them about it. They'll miss it all. Go ahead, Kim.
AA60D K6YL. Yes, I mean, yes. 10 meters is just absolutely so much fun. It's a great time to be in amateur radio and use your privileges. Get on 10 meters. And have a ton of fun. And then also don't forget 6 meters to call CQ on 6 meters, although it hasn't been as open as we were hoping yet. But maybe, knock on wood, it will open again soon. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all good. It's all good. And I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings for 10 meters. So it's almost like Christmas, right? You wake up in the morning and see what's under the tree.
Yeah, every morning is a Christmas morning. Yeah. Well, you know, no, the cycle looks really excellent. You look at the numbers and you look at what it's doing. It's pretty well what I predicted. Oh my God, 7 years ago, it's doing pretty well what I said it was going to do. And it's way higher than what all the experts said it was going to do. But that's okay. They can't always be right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I remember, if I remember correctly, I thought you had said that the top of the cycle would be in 2025. Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, QSL.
Yeah, so other people were saying, oh, no, 24 is the top. And I was like, no, I don't know. Will's been a ham forever. You know, I think Will's going to be right. You know, Will's been tracking this for a long time, so I always trusted you and your education and your observations and perseverance on all of this for over the years. So, yeah, 2025.
Yeah. No, they were saying that this cycle was going to be identical to the previous cycle, and I was saying it was going to be much higher. And at least a third higher, and that's what it's tracking so far. It's running about a third higher than the last cycle. Go ahead.
Very good, very good. Well, it's been a ton of fun, and yeah, today was exciting. So, all right, well, I'll let you go unless you have something else you want to say. And we said a lot, and I appreciate it.
All right, Kim. Well, we're glad we got the another audio out there. And everybody have a wonderful week. AA6DD will shut down the net, shut down our QSO, and get back to 50.300 FM and squelch it up. And we'll get up early in the morning and see what 10 is doing. AA6DD will be clearing QSY.
Okay, let's just ask once more. Is there anybody who would like to comment? Still listening? Okay, everybody's probably asleep now, snoozing. Okay, thanks, Will. We'll talk to you soon. AA60D, K6YYL.
Yeah, we put him to sleep.
All right, exactly.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Roger said, thanks, Will.
Oh, Roger.
He's on the YouTube channel. He commented, thanks, Will. Oh, he said, thanks, Kim, too. You're welcome, Roger. All right, we'll talk to you soon. AA60D, K6YYL.
K6YYL, AA6DD, once more QS5.